So Brian Hogg referees for the second bout running. Not a bad little banger, Brian Roche. Maybe just a notch short of the very highest class, but good value for money fighter. Come on, we're off and running. Let's go, Steve Robinson. A lot of guys, Jimmy, who'd have walked across to his corner and just started hitting him.
Myself included.
Ready or not.
Once that bell goes, it's time for work, and Roche was well in order to have walked over and basically lashed out.
That's right.
Well within the Queensbury rules.
Yes, he was half asleep then, Steve Robinson. I think his entire corner was half asleep.
Roche's ambition would have been to put him to fully asleep.
Yes.
Oh, it was a good right hand there from Roche.
Just caught him a little high. Of course, Roche would like nothing more than another crack at Carl Crook to underline the fact that he held the double champ to a draw was no fluke, but to do that, he's going to dispose of Steve Robinson first and work his way up those rankings.
Break. Get back.
A good sharp opener. Roche is looking very composed and looking nice and classy, throwing good quality shots and picking them as well. Mind on the job.
Robinson, not renowned as a big puncher, whereas Roche does have quite a useful dig. And I think if it turns out to be a slugging match, Jim, that would suit Roche more than the Welsh boy.
Yeah, I'm sure Brian would like to draw Robinson into a trade-up. But we've just watched Robinson perform admirably in Cardiff when he fought Haddock and kept his head nice and composed and boxed superbly.
Well,
he's got a cool head on him, broad shoulders of his.
Not allowed to punch on the break. Not only aren't you allowed to punch on the break, you're not allowed to punch when the referee has stopped the contest to call break, which is what Steve Robinson did just then. And a severe finger wagging from Brian Hogg.
A very entertaining opening 3 minutes. Both boys really testing one another's faults and reactions to moves and counters right away through that opening round.
Roche's opening round. Hustle and bustle. Jack Trickett leaning over the ropes, looking on anxiously. Face that's seen a few fights, Jim.
Actually, interesting story about Brian Roche. I sparred with him in 1982. I was training for the Commonwealth Games and we had a bit of a war. And recently when I was contacting York, we cut a tap on the shoulder because you don't remember me, do you? And I said, the war you gave me, I'll never forget you. A real nice guy. He's mixed in good class company, Brian Roche, since he was an amateur, sparring and moving with the top boys. And of course he challenged Mo Sane for the Commonwealth Lightweight Championship.
That's right. didn't get it. He fought for it, and bad fighters don't really fight for titles.
That's right. You know, I was talking to Brian Roche at York, and he said his big ambition is to become British champion and give Lonsdale belt to his mum. Well, that was a lovely touch.
Well, no, you decided to carry on. Jimmy might have a similar ambition.
Early days. Early days. The championship I want begins with a W.
What, you're moving up to welterweight?
Hopefully not over Christmas. I noticed a couple of nice, classy moves from Roche. He does a lot of nice things. He switches side on, goes southward, throws good quality shots from square on stance, and he's confused Robinson once or twice with that pry. It's part of the frustration creeping in there, where Robinson's reacting like that, hitting on the break.
Both boys showing the signs now. A little smear of blood on both their noses. Robinson trying to get his jab to work, but Roche is just a little bit too slick for him at the moment.
Looks very sharp, Roche. He's throwing good quality shots. And a little bit of needle creeping in now, which is can be expected due to the tactics both boys are adopting. Roche has got through a good right uppercut there. Really looking very, very sharp. Robinson sees a little bit in awe of him at this moment. He's got caught by one or two good shots and doesn't quite know how to handle the tactics Roche has adopted.
Break! Get back.
But obviously Robinson's getting through because the blood is running from the nose of Brian Roche now, and I think that's testament to the accuracy of the left jab that Robinson does fire.
The jab is proving an accurate and advantageous weapon. It's matching up a lot of points for him, but the heavier stuff unquestionably coming from the Lancashire lad, Brian Roche.
Yeah, and quality shots as well. He's tried one or two good shots, right uppercuts, left hooks, and you see there, nice left hook to the belly.
He's drawing the jab and then countering very well indeed.
I'm sure the crowd are fully into this fight because Brian Roche is a big favourite in this part of the world, and they get behind him in a big way. The nickname for him is Roche, and he responds by giving them good fights.
Well, I tell you, we've got bizarre competition to boxing at the Guildhall tonight. I'll tell you about that when we watch this uppercut from Brian Roche. There you go. Just caught him on the side, just turned his head away at the last minute. If you know press, you know the Guildhall is a pretty big place. In addition to Pro Box tonight, we've got a pantomime starring...
Not Frank Bruno.
No, he's in Nottingham. No, we've got a couple of the people over from Neighbours. Kerry and Jason. It's daft, isn't it? I know what they're called in Neighbours. I don't know what their real names are, but they're starring in panto here. And if somebody takes a wrong turn going onto the stage, they could well find themselves in the ring, and vice versa, I suppose. Now, Brian Hogg, unhappy with the great dollop of Vaseline on Robinson's eyebrow.
Good sharp bit of refereeing now. Both these guys are coming on the featherweight limit tonight. I'm sure there's another couple of exciting featherweights to add to the already enlightened British elite of Paul Hodgkinson, Davidson and co.
Well, for all the perennial criticism that boxing always attracts, all right, we may be a little bit short of real genuine crowd pullers of days gone by, but for strength and depth, Jim, I don't think British boxing's ever been stronger.
I'd have to agree, particularly in certain divisions. The featherweight, as I've just mentioned, has got some classy crop of fighters coming through.
And we're a bit useful at middleweight too.
Yeah, ask Chris Eubank.
Break! Break, please.
Well, Brian Hogg has got his work cut out on this one, as Jim pointed out. Just a little bit of needle in this one. Oh, that was a good shot from Robinson.
Yeah, shook Roche up
And
there.
that right down to his toenails.
So he's not a puncher. When you get hit like that, they all hurt.
Well, he was coming onto it.
Which doubled the impact,
Yeah,
obviously.
absolutely.
Break!
I tell you, Robinson has landed some good counters in this round.
Roche went for the right uppercut left hook combination and got nailed himself.
That's the second time this round. Still there, though.
He's trying to get that left hand working, which is a smart tactic. It's a good soft jab. Pushing Roche onto his back foot.
Break!
Much better round this for Steve Robinson in the yellow.
It's a dangerous shot that Roche keeps overplaying, which is the right uppercut.
Well, you leave yourself wide open, don't you, when you throw it?
Yes, he's going to get nailed over and over again if he keeps trying it. He needs to work it off of a feint or work it behind the left jab, not lead with it. Just lead with it and look up in the air, leave his chin exposed. There it is again. A smart fighter will pick that up very quickly. Crash left hook, could be all over. Good round from Robinson.
Absolutely. Let's take another look now at Steve Robinson really getting through, and Roche within a whisker of going down there. And again,
there's that uppercut we're talking about, and the counters have just fallen off the desired target. Fortunately for Roche, but not so fortunately for Robinson, because they could have been telling shots.
that was twice in the round he walked onto the right. And I guess on one side of the coin you can say, well, he'll feel that he took two of the best shots Robinson had to offer and he didn't go down. But there's a limit.
You know, I don't know whether Robinson actually knows it. He seems to have found the key to the door to victory. He needs to push Roche back behind that solid left hand he's employing. It's a good tactic for him to use, and he wants to operate a lot more with it, because when he pushes Roche back, he's in control. It's at mid-distance when he tries to match boxing skills at the faster reflexes and hand speed of Roche. Enables Roche to get home with some good clean shots. Robinson needs to keep pushing that left jab in.
He's making a bit of a fetish of this right uppercut now, and it's so easy to picture him because he drops his right shoulder.
Yes.
And that's the signal for Robinson to come in with a counter.
You know, as he's mixed with good class fighters, he should know through experience that you can't overplay one move. And Robinson, to his credit, has picked him up on it every time he's done it, basically.
Well, Roche's game plan has gone awry in this round. He's rushing in a little bit, and then to an extent running out of ideas when he gets in, and he's getting picked off now.
There's that left jab I'll talk again.
Absolutely.
You know, Robinson might be able to feel it or see it now, he's in there right now. But basically, he could basically rely on the one move all the way through. Just stick the jab on, regular as clockwork. Not get involved in nothing down in the trenches, nothing in the skirmishes which Roche will revel in.
And the nose looking a little bit sorry for itself.
We know it's Christmas, but it doesn't look like Red Riding Hood. but they're both bleeding from the nose now, so you know, both boys are showing the marks of battle. After 2 rounds, I had Roche finding a little bit of command and getting in control, good variety of shots and showing good reflexes, but Robinson's come right back into it now, testing me with the accuracy of the left jab.
Yes, indeed, and although Roche is still throwing a lot of shots, Robinson is catching the great majority of them on his gloves and on his arms.
And of course, we know Robinson's in tremendous shape. We see him have them 10 great rounds in Cardiff.
That was a good fight, wasn't it?
He didn't falter, you know, he was in top gear all the way through. Unfortunately, Frederick ended up getting cut and part of the stop.
Well, we're going to take another break, but don't go too far away, because we'll be back in just a few seconds. Welcome back, live to ringside at the Guildhall in Preston. We're watching a lightweight contest between Brian Roche from Bacup in the black and late substitute Steve Robinson from Cardiff in yellow. 6th rounder, this is the 5th.
Just as we come onto the screens there, Dave, it was that left jab we were talking about, seeing in full flow, flashing to the face of Roche. And Roche is loading up with the shots.
He started so well the first couple of rounds, Roche, but he's lost his way as the jab of Robinson has slowly asserted control.
Break.
You know, Roche fights with his hands very, very low, and very few fighters can get away with that. He has tremendous reflexes, the Arleys of this world and the Leonards of this world. But you know, you've got to remember the basic element in boxing, that the hand is quicker than the eye, and that's why it's so successful with the jab, because there's no defence against it. He needs to keep his hands up a little bit higher and just be a little bit more cautious, Brian Roche, rather than just stand there. There's no defence at all. And when he pulls back from them close exchanges, Roche does tend to lift his head, wants to watch, not want to run on to a big left hook.
Crowd got excited by that right hand up from Roche, but Robinson took it on the gloves. And that was a right uppercut that did get through, just brushed the chin, forced Robinson's head back.
That was a good shot, right out the belly. Robinson's your consummate pro. Doesn't do nothing spectacular, but just sticks to his task and grimly goes about his work.
He does the basics, and he does them pretty well.
And his poker face as well, you know, no expression whatsoever. However the fight's going, just looks towards his corner and calmly goes about the business in hand.
Quite a talk to Roche afterwards and find out just what it is about the uppercut that gets him going so much. There's no doubt that it's a hell of a punch, but it's a surprise weapon, Jim. It's not a stock weapon like he's turned it into.
You know, it's the guy's not made for the shot either, especially if you overplay it. Right against a guy who's 5'0", and you're standing well above him if he keeps leaning into it. But this guy's more upright and works well beyond left jab.
Once again,
exposing yourself when you're overplaying that shot.
We had signs of the needle, the eyeball to eyeball as they broke. Maybe Roche just has let the aggravation he clearly feels just knock him out of his stride a little bit, because there's no doubting at all he's a much less effective fighter than he was in the first couple of rounds. Good right for all that. Right on the button. When it comes to a simple trial of strength, I think Roche would have to be the winner. No, come on, let's not get silly.
Little touch of arrogance from Bunny. This is going to be explosive. All to go for. Little mark under the left eye of Roche. And Roche mustn't stand there and let Robinson get the left hand working, because he'll end up losing the decision. He's got to go out there now and bustle.
Good left hand from the Welshman. tell you, Brian Hogg's earned his money in this one.
Break!
I've got to say, I have seen Roche fight better. It's just to come and work inside the jab, do the difficult thing, and then just hold on. He's trying to maul and spoil, but not throwing enough punches. You look at Robinson, maybe he's not throwing as many punches, but when he does, they don't really miss. And you just cannot say that for Brian Roche at the moment.
Yeah, Roche seems to be fighting very tired now as well.
And he was very exposed there, and he got clipped with a right for his pains, did Brian Roche. And referee Hogg says, come on, let's tidy it up.
Yeah, as we were saying, the needle's really crept in there, you know, both boys are...
Got him! That'll clinch it, that'll clinch it, I'm sure. Up at 3, and looking in a sorry state now.
I think that was a left hook that Robinson done him with. Shot we was talking about.
I'm sure that'll clinch it.
And Roche's face is a mask of blood now.
He looks more like Halloween than Christmas, and hurt again.
He's very unsteady, still obviously got cobwebs in his leg from that left hook.
And Robinson switches to southpaw.
And Roche is trying to regroup and get his head clear, which is the sensible thing to do.
But no time, inside 30. And against the odds, perhaps, Steve Robinson finishing the stronger, and he's hurt him again.
Yeah, he's
and
still
again it's
up.
the left hook, this time the right. And he's an open target now, is Roche.
He's still shook up from the initial shot.
He's within a whisker of getting knocked out.
But a good last round for Robinson. Should be enough to give him the verdict.
Oh, yes. Level or not at the start of this round. The eye's gone now of Roche. Robinson must have got it, for sure.
A draw. Oh, good decision.
Well.
And a lot of blood from Roche.
Well. I've got to say, I think Steve Robinson can count himself just a little bit unlucky.